this significantly, it
This guy is hard to listen to, man.
can't be good for you. There's no way this guy does not have high blood pressure. If he were to get blood work done, do you really think it's going to...
Party started.
Do you think he's out riding bikes, jogging, swimming, going for hikes and dancing
I don't do none of that.
and so on? I don't think so. He does this.
And I do it well, Coach Greg.
Coach Greg, in today's video, is it actually worth it? And so I'm watching this guy.
Yes.
I thought it was Grizzly. You know Grizzly. He's that big, huge guy, lifts crazy weights, he's doing all kinds of crazy things. You know what I'm talking about. And so I literally am thinking, this is Grizzly. But lo and behold, it's not. I'm watching him strict press 525 pounds over his head, and I'm thinking, how is this even possible? Then I read the caption, 100% natural. And I'm not making this shit up. It literally says drug-free. And so as I go through his channel, he's doing all kinds of crazy stunts. 505 pound strict press over his head with ease. Yeah. So very smooth. Behind the neck press, 455 pounds. He's doing tricep extensions with 3 plates over his head. And so he began his journey 11 years ago as
14.
A teenager. And even as a teenager, you could see this guy had amazing genetics. He had a lot of muscle, was very lean, looked incredible. But more recently, he showed his 5-year transformation. That's right, in the last 5 years, it states he put on 180 pounds. And I'm not making this shit up. I'm not lying
More than that now.
to you. And I watched his before photo and his after photo, and I thought, is it actually worth it? Let's show how he looked when he started.
Already,
5 years ago, this was his physique. 210 pounds, chiseled six-pack. Guy looked absolutely incredible. He looked like he had achieved his after photo. He had it.
Girls, dude.
Remember, he's claiming he's 100% natural, which I don't believe for 1 second. I don't believe he was natural in the before photo. But
if I was you, I probably wouldn't believe me either. It's pretty unbelievable.
over the last 5 years, his goal is to be the strongest strict presser in the world. And
I haven't had that goal for 5 years. It's just, I kept getting better and better and better at it, and it's been on my radar for a few years.
So what did he do? He increased his body weight from 210 to 380 pounds. Now,
I'm 425 now.
Quick.
You just double the speed on this here.
No matter what you're doing right now, it's not going to be the thing that you need to do for the rest of your life. You might think you need
Fair enough.
to be a powerlifting champion. You need to be a bodybuilder. Yeah, you feel that way right now at age 20. But what happens when you're 40, 50, 60? I can tell you, I want to be
No guarantee I'm going to get that far, buddy.
a world champion powerlifter, of which I was. I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder, of which I also accomplished. Wanted to set a Guinness World Record. I also did that. And so at the time, of course, it's worth it. You're having fun, enjoying it, so it's worth it. But as you get older and you reflect on what you did, you're thinking, what damage did I possibly do? And I can tell you this, at least I was not 380 pounds. At least I was not 100 plus pounds overweight. And so although I did take risks,
So now this is turning into me versus Greg. You're seeming really insecure right now, man.
although I did abuse performance-enhancing drugs, perhaps if I'm lucky, it won't have done severe damage to myself, and I will only know this when I get older. But for this guy, 380 pounds, there's no way he can be healthy. I'm telling you, it's not possible. Healthy at any size is a wish. You're living in
I don't think anybody thought I'm in this for health, buddy. Don't worry.
imagination land. You cannot be this big and also be healthy at the same time. And so as he goes through his poses, front double bicep, lat spread, breathing in and out, and so I go to the comment section to see what are people thinking about this. After all, the guy, he gained 180 pounds, mostly all fat. Hello, mate, do you feel any downside in being that big? His response, I haven't felt my legs since 2005.
That's called a joke. You know, I have a sense of humor. You know what that is?
One thing you need to do before buying anything online.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
spend
I'm
another
skipping
dime
your
on
ad,
Amazon
buddy.
until you watch the...
I don't think that's relevant. I mean, it's been 18 years. That would put him at the age of 11. He was certainly not obese. He was in very good shape as a teenager in his early 20s, and so that is not very relevant. And so I wish you would have answered this. How do you actually feel when you're 380 pounds? And I can tell you this, when I was at my fattest, 232 pounds, remember, I'm only 5'6", man. I could hardly get up off the couch. I was fat, rolling around. I never felt healthy in the slightest. I went and started bike riding again. I said,
Yeah, and I was pretty lean at that weight without steroids. You mad, bro? You mad, bro?
I need to get in shape. Enough of this bodybuilding stuff. I need to get healthy. And so I went for a 15-minute bike ride. Didn't even try that hard. Legs were sore. I was tired, gasping for air. And so I can tell you without question that if you gain this kind of weight, you're not going to be healthy.
You really like to talk about yourself, don't you?
You might think you're okay, but you will not realize just how unhealthy you are until you get fit yet again. And in comparison to that 15-minute slow ride that had me exhausted, I can ride for hours at a faster pace and have plenty of energy. And so one of the most important things you could do is to do cardio. 150 minutes cardio.
You.
This guy
You ride a
you think he rides
bicycle,
bikes, jogging, swimming, going for hikes and dancing and so on? I don't think so. He does this. So it's really worth it to get up to 3.
Oh, I'm very jealous, Greg, that you can climb mountains and you can swim and ride your bicycle. Wow, Greg.
Whole ride to heavy exhausted. I can ride.
You're supposed to be this expert with 2 million followers. Like, I haven't learned anything yet.
For hours at a faster pace and have plenty of energy. And so one of the most important things you could do is to do cardio, 150 minutes of cardio a week. Does this guy look like he does cardio? Do you think he's out riding bikes, jogging, swimming, going for hikes and dancing and so on? I don't think so. He does this. So is it really worth it to get up to 380 pounds to set an all-time world record for the strict overhead press? Seems very specific. I can see if he was trying to be the world's strongest man, perhaps competing against Mitchell Hooper, be good at everything. Mitchell Hooper, clearly much leaner than this guy, and closer to 310 pounds. And so does that extra weight...
He's also 6'4", and I'm sure he does steroids. I ain't done yet, dude. I am not finished yet.
Actually help him? Could he actually stand a chance against Mitchell Hooper? I don't think so. You need to be quick, you need to be agile, you need to be fit. You cannot be the world's strongest man and simply have a bunch of bulk. You cannot bulk harder than last time and assume you're going to be the world's strongest man. It doesn't work like that. Perhaps he's bulked up 100 pounds even greater than any...
Who said that?
This guy's starting physique is what he's gained. Now remember, it would be impressive if he had gained all that in muscle, but for the most part it was mostly fat, and so what's it at?
Really, Greg, was it? I only doubled my weight. Without steroids.
Actually worth it? Well, I don't think so. Does anyone believe for one...
Good thing that's for me to decide what's worth it and what's not worth it.
second, that this is not going to dramatically shorten his life? He says he's drug-free, and so let's...
Because I could never drop body weight, right? Yeah, I'm doomed to carry this for the rest of my existence.
go with that. Let's assume he did this 100% natural. Does anyone think that gaining 180 pounds, getting your body weight to 380, is not going to dramatically shorten your life? Perhaps it's better than being on steroids and going up to 380 pounds, but to go up to 380 to increase your body fat this significantly, it...
This guy is hard to listen to, man.
Can't be good for you. There's no way this guy does not have high blood pressure. If he were to get blood work done, do you really think it's going to come back as being normal? And so at 29 years of age, we don't know this guy's height, but imagine his BMI is through the roof. No way this guy is not morbidly obese. His body fat is so high, it's endangering his
so?
To think, he has amazing genetics, not only to be lean, but to be muscular. And so rather than going for what most people would dream of, to have that amazing chiseled six-pack, to have lots of muscle, to look good, he chose to bulk up harder than last time, putting on 180 pounds, most of it being fat, also that he could shoulder press the world record. But is it worth it? To chase that dopamine, is it in fact worth it? And I can tell...
Obviously not to you or to most people. I think we all know that.
Tell you this. Why